G'day gamers, VaderG here, welcome back to the channel. So clickbait title, I'm not going to make any apologies for that, and yeah, I was wrong. It doesn't happen too often, in fact it's as rare as rocking horse shit that I am wrong, but when it does happen, I'm never too, I'm never too proud to admit it. So what was I wrong about? I was way wrong about the awakening crystals. That's exactly what I was wrong about, I can tell you that. So probably 3 or 4 months ago, I was in a bit of a bitch fest sort of setup with the awakening crystals, basically saying there wasn't enough dropping from squad battle, sort of pleading with Netmarble to increase the amount, and here we are, 4,665 Mandalay gem fragments. Wow. And, I don't know. So all I'm going to say, I was wrong. If you look back on my videos 3 or 4 months ago, you see me carrying on like a bit of a dick. Netmarble increased the drop rate. Never going to be enough. They want us to buy these packs. Well, VaderG, you were wrong. What else are we talking about in this video besides the fact that I can be a bit of a dickhead sometimes? Well, first of all, we're going to take, well, not first of all, a little bit later, we're going to take Magik for a run in Alliance Battle Extreme. And why not? I mean, you guys would say, why would you do that? Why not? Okay, she's not a meta character, but she's a favorite of mine. I was lucky enough to have a run on a very, very OP account. I think it is one of the top 10 Magics in the world. And she's fun. She's a fun unit to play. So we're going to take a look at that just a little bit later on. You can sort of see here on screen I've got Odin and the big unit Red Hulk. They're there for a reason. For anyone who's been sleeping under a rock, Odin's going to get he's going to get his tier 3. The big unit finally is going to get his tier 3, and I can't, I've got to be honest, totally excited about this. He was one of my favorites, always a favorite to play in Alliance Battle Extreme back in the day when he was meta. Used to love playing with Odin. Used to actually score really well with him as well. So he's still set up from those days. Ignore defense when I had no ignore defense from cards. 160 proc. And man, I used to rip it up with Odin. So, I'm really, really happy that he's getting his tier 3. Red Hulk, well, we could be looking at a very different Red Hulk this time next week. If we can sort of, if we go by what we saw at the last pre-build or the last update, where and we're still seeing it now, right, in game, where we've seen that unusual Red Hulk uniform. So, and I'll show it here on screen. And so it looks like it's going to be the Venom Circle of 4 Red Hulk uniform. And Venom Circle of 4s, Red Hulk gains Venom and Ghost Rider powers. So you can't get too much cooler than that, actually. That looks absolutely insane. It looks very similar to what we saw on the cover screen or the loading screen through the update. So yeah, extremely looking forward to that. What else are we going to have a chat about? We're going to have a quick chat about the developer note or the developer response. You can see here on screen. And we're going to run through just each of the segments that the developer response covered. There's a couple there that they just said they weren't going to change, so I'm not going to run through that. So just going to quickly run through those, give my thoughts on them, and then we'll get into the Magik Alliance Battle Extreme gameplay and call it a day. All right, guys. So let's have a quick look at this developer note. So first cab off the rank, we got timeline. So we're going to run through each of these segments just one by one where it looks like there's going to be some apparent changes. And firstly, Netmarble, well done on communication. So big plus for you guys. Very nice to see some communication, some positive communication, and give us agents some confidence that the game's moving in the right direction, which is very cool. Okay, first one, timeline battle. So we sort of skimmed through the stuff at the top about what everyone sort of said. Obviously rewards improve rewards. And what they say, majority of players playing timeline battle are agents who play occasionally to receive basic rewards. And then there's agents that play diligently to receive top ranks. It talks about pressure to other player types and all that sort of thing. So what they're looking to do is put a new league in for the highest ranking agents in the previous timeline battle. So it's like a Vibranium on steroids league by the sounds of it. Now, my issue with this is timeline battle is a pay to play. You can pay pay whatever you pay per month for the Shield subscription, or you can refresh your entries in game with crystals. And putting a top league in, to me, kind of seems unfair, particularly if the rewards are going to be significantly better than Vibranium, because effectively you're paying to compete. Now, let's just say I could pay extra money to double my Alliance battle score each day by entering twice. I'm pretty sure most people would think that's kind of bullshit as well. So, I'm not really in favor. I'm in favor for a timeline rework, but just adding an extra league to sort of favor people who refresh entries, not real sure about that. That's not really addressing the issue that is timeline. So I'm not sure about you guys, but for me, that timeline improvement sort of, I don't know, it's a bit of a nothing. Next, cab off the rank, world boss. So first, so they've apologized for frequently changing the world boss. Yeah, that's pretty cool. An apology is always nice. Developing new bosses and a new difficulty mode. New difficulty will have different characters, striker rules, and the beginner, normal, ultimate difficulties. New difficulty is planned to be a major mode for Tier 3 and potential awakened characters. Now, we've seen a bit of a theme for that. We saw that in the alternate story mode. We can only use Tier 3 and awakened characters. And to be honest, I'm all for that. Like, what it's kind of gives us something to build for us, an extra mode where you can use these really high-powered units. So as long as the rewards are proportional and to reward players for building characters without it becoming too inequitable for new players, then I'm kind of all for that, to be honest. I think it's probably not a bad change. We expect difficulty created by the resistance system in ultimate difficulty can be lessened by the addition of a new difficulty, and they're looking at skipping boss berserk animations, which would be great, because I am so sick of seeing Corvus do that shit. What does he do, it twice in a match? I mean, it's mental. Alright, next one. Alright, so there's the next thing we're going to talk about is Danger Room, that the developers are addressed here. What they're looking at, when Extreme Mode was first introduced, intended all players to allow to use any character. It also has a separate ranking system and rewards and requires much more complex team strategy. Extreme Mode, which is currently unavailable, should open soon, which sounds pretty cool actually, to be able to choose any character. As long as major problems do not arise during a final development phase. And they're looking to simplify the normal mode after the Extreme Mode is released. So I think this is one of those things, how long is a piece of string? Extreme Mode has been in the current game for quite a while as unavailable. So let's hope that it comes sooner rather than later. It sounds pretty cool just to be able to choose any character. I mean, that to me that sounds like a huge improvement. But you know, how that would apply with the skill effects and all that sort of thing, I don't know. So the next one is a real big one, right? Alliance Conquest, the mode that probably has needed the most rework for the longest period of time. So they've sort of acknowledged that the duration of the phases seems a bit extensive. But what they're working on, adding a high-rank league in Alliance Conquest exclusively for those alliances who have shown a certain elevated level of performance. So this seems like it could be like an Alliance tournament type setup. The current Alliance Conquest will be simplified, which is excellent. Quality improvements such as improving character selection and adding defense info are planned to be added. As a part of players' requests, we're looking at improving rewards for these leagues. Please look forward to our future updates. So no timing given, but nice that they are finally acknowledging the Alliance Conquest alliances who really specialize in that stuff. Beast Force, who else have we got? We got some real top dogs, VaderG. You know, some of these really powerful alliances who, in my opinion, don't get the acknowledgement at the highest level of the game that they really should, given the amount of time they spend. So I reckon that's a really cool sort of thing. Once again, it'd be nice to see some actual timing. What are we talking, months or years or weeks? You know, it'd be nice to actually get that sort of detail as well. But certainly a good step. So there were a few other modes mentioned. I mean, they did mention Shadowland. I'll stick this up. They did mention a couple of other modes, but they basically said that they realized that there's issues, but they weren't going to deal with it immediately because they didn't really know how to deal with it immediately, I don't think, or there was no easy answer. Shadowland is one of those ones where they basically sort of said, you know, we're not really sure how to proceed with this. What do you guys think about putting a shop in, so earn sort of Shadowland tokens or something like that and spend them in the shop rather than getting random bits of stuff from the chest? So interesting to know how you guys feel about that. So now on to Magik Alliance Battle Extreme. I've got a friend who has a very, very OP account, and I spied that he had a really well-built Magik. You can see the stats there on screen, extremely well-built, Odin's Blessings, the whole shebang, Mythic Uniform, and I thought, you know what, I'd love to give her a run in Alliance Battle Extreme and see how she goes. She's always been a favourite character of mine. I really like playing her in-game. And, you know, I might do a few more of these things where I sort of run characters through their paces in Alliance Battle Extreme. Be happy for requests if you guys want to request what character you want. I'll see if I can get my hands on a well-built one, and run them through Alliance Battle Extreme. Anyway, guys, enjoy the rest of your weekend. Enjoy the week ahead, and yeah, enjoy the run.